Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jumpin here. This is going to be Mass Effect 3 gameplay commentary. And today I'm going to be using the Batarian Sentinel. Now, you might have already seen this before, but today it's going to be a little bit different. This is going to be the Batarian Sentinel melee build. I went ahead and made him into a more melee heavy kind of character. Now, I constantly see comments about the Batarian Soldier, which is definitely one of my favorite characters in the whole game, saying, isn't he set up to be a melee character? And the way I feel about it is no. The Batarian Soldier is not meant to be a melee character, but this guy I believe is. Now my biggest problem with this is that I forgot once again to record this before he was, when he was at level 20. So now I'm going to have to go, through the step by step. I also put this in the description, so check it out if you want the step by step. Alright, so for your first option for blade armor, I highly recommend melee damage. This is going to bring it up to a total of 40% extra melee damage. For your second option, you definitely want damage return, so if they melee you, they take 150% more damage, definitely beastly. And then for the last option, I highly recommend durability, which is going to increase your damage protection to 25%. Now for shockwave, you definitely want shockwave, like this is the better power. Definitely go for radius. Now I've used it without radius and I hated it. It just seems like it's so inaccurate without it. Also definitely go for reach, because this will, extend it. And then recharge speed. Now you definitely need recharge speed because with the armor on you're gonna have a slower recharge. So this will definitely help to be able to spam your power to stun. Okay, now for your Batarian Enforcer, I highly recommend damage and capacity, like I really do. And between these two, it's really up to you. I like both. Like headshot damage is pretty decent on this, but also power damage makes your shockwave do more damage. So it's just whatever you want. Now for your fitness, now he is a melee character, but I do highly recommend going for his shields more than melees. I recommend martial artists for the second option, and durability for the first. And then finally, definitely go for fitness expert. Now you could go for melee damage for the first option, but I really do believe durability, martial artist, fitness expert is my personal preference to building him. Okay. Now for the gun I'm going to highly recommend is going to be the Grail Spike Thrower. I love this gun. But let me go ahead and show you something. If you wanted to play with him on level 20, you can definitely go for this, which is snipers and shotguns. This is going to decrease the weight, bringing him up to a total of 155% when you have the Grail Spike Thrower at 10. So, you'll definitely be able to spam your powers a lot more with that. And then for your attachments, go for the melee enhancer and the damage. It doesn't need anything else. It's super accurate gun, and it has decent amount of ammo. Alright, for my equipment I'm going to be using Shotgun Rail Amp 3, Incendiary Ammo 3, and Shield Booster 3. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Now today we're going to be playing on one of the new maps, Condor. Definitely don't like this map too much, but I do enjoy it against Reapers, and that's what we're going to be playing against. This works pretty well against every faction. Like I do have to say, like he really can do some serious damage to Geth. But I would recommend against Geth the Geth Plasma Shotgun if you were going to use a weapon. And against right here, actually early on, I'm going to kind of fail. I kind of like wasn't paying attention. So right there, that was an epic fail. But I even forgot to turn my armor on at first. But yeah, now we're going to get into it. Now, one of the things I really love about the Batarian Sentinel is because with this build, I'm skipping Submission Net. I don't like Submission Net too much anymore. I just think it's kind of useless. Like, they actually updated it to make it a little bit better with recharge speed and with the projectile speed, so it actually comes out faster now. But still, overall, I don't like it too much. I just think that with Shockwave, which is a very close range, good power, and with a shotgun and with melees, you should be in good shape. Now, as you can tell, this Grail Spike Thrower can actually kill him in one hit pretty well. Now, there's a couple secrets to this gun that I wanted to share with you guys. The first one is that one of my biggest problems with charge-up guns is I find it very awkward to charge up when you're using certain characters. And this is one of the only ones in the entire game that I feel very comfortable charging up a gun with. The reason why is because his power that you use, his only power that you use is on the L bumper. If you have a power on the R bumper, it's kind of awkward to, especially if you're playing on a PC, I'm sure it's not going to be so bad. And I don't know what it'd be like for the PS3, but for the Xbox at least, it's pretty awkward to like, hold down the R trigger and then press like have to press the R bumper nonstop. It's like it feels to me at least like it's hard to aim doing that. You can always claw it, which if you guys don't know what that is, that's like a really awkward position of holding your hand to like play the game. I don't personally like doing that though. Like I used to do it in Halo 2 a little bit, but it's been a long time since I've played Halo 2. Now, one thing about this guy is that his heavy melee is, badass. It's really cool. It does a lot of damage. It can kill things really easily. But I highly recommend against using it, to be honest. It takes a long time to actually get the melee off. And because of that, now even with martial artists, now sometimes, you do want to have that option of maybe doing the heavy melee on one enemy. You run up, you do your heavy melee, and then once you do your heavy melee, then you're going to be able to, then use your light melee, and it will do a lot more damage. But with this gun, if you can't tell, like this gun can do a lot of damage to him, and once you get him down like really low, like on a Marauder, if you charge it up, it will bring him down to all but like one hit. And then you just run up and melee him. So he's definitely a great close range character. He's a lot of fun to use, and like I was saying, the spike thrower is actually an extremely good gun if you can charge it up. That's the way it just kind of works, is that you do want to charge this one up, and like I said, it's just can be very awkward, at least for me, when trying to charge up a gun like this, like when you have to constantly hit the R bumper. But with this guy, you don't, you have no problems, because right now as I'm running and I'm moving through the map, I'm charging my gun up, and I'm able to still aim pretty well, and not feel awkward about it. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, like right here, like I'm still, like I said, I'm charging up the gun. I'm just getting that one shot, and either the shot's gonna kill him, or if it doesn't kill him, I'm gonna melee him. That's just kind of how I play with this guy. Now, like I said, now this gun can be a little tough to use. Now, this might sound a little odd to some people, but this is definitely the most accurate shotgun in the entire game. But because it's so accurate, it's actually extremely inaccurate. Now that might be a little like, what? What the heck are you talking about? But yeah, no, that's the truth of the matter, is that this gun is so accurate that at times, you'll shoot it, and what will happen is this, is that, you run up to a guy and you aim at him and you shoot. Now, shotguns in general are extremely fun guns and really good guns in this game. Like, some of the best guns in this game are shotguns. And the thing about it though is that the biggest thing that you're gonna face is that with a shotgun, it's a pretty easy gun to use in general, like just what they are. And the reason why is because they're easy to aim. Now right here, this sucks when this happens because it can be really terrible, but luckily I think I'm okay. One great thing about this blade armor is that it can return the melee damage. But shotguns are really easy to use, and that's a good thing, because when you aim them in, they have a big circle, you get like all this spread, and honestly, like, the less accurate they are, the better they are, just because you're able to hit the enemy pretty easily. With this thing, this reticle is so small, and it shoots, a freaking spike. You actually have to like have decent accuracy with this. But a couple hints I can give you is that you really don't want to aim this thing in much. Now you're going to see me aiming in a lot, but that's because I have really good accuracy. I think everybody knows that I have pretty good aim. But, if you are one of these people who might not feel like you have good aim, which I'm sure a lot of you probably don't, if you're one of these people, then yeah, I recommend not aiming it in, because it actually is like, for some reason, it feels like it's at least more accurate when you don't aim it in. I don't know, it's just from my experience with it, that's what I've noticed, is that when I don't aim it in, I have a lot better, easier chance of hitting them. Now, but here's your downside, is that when you don't aim it in, you're just going to hit them anywhere that you particularly want. When you aim it in, like I do, I'm aiming for their face, because that will definitely kill them in like one hit. And that's the beautiful part about this gun, is being able to do that. Shockwave is a really good power, guys. I just want to say that right now. I've seen a lot of comments about the other Batarian talking about Shockwave and how they don't like it and stuff. I mean, I don't know, like Shockwave, the downside of Shockwave is that it's not that strong. And I can understand why some people might not like it for bionic bombs, because it's very, it's not powerful. but it's not like warp. Warp's extremely effective, you know, for bionic bombs. But here's what it does do, and here's the thing that from the other videos I hoped that you learned is that, okay, if you're gonna use shockwave, you definitely want to go the way, no matter what, you should always use it the same way I set it up, which was radius and reach, because it's gonna make it extremely like accurate. It's extremely easy to use, you know, and it will stun enemies. That's the first thing. It's gonna stun the enemy. And I told you multiple times that that's one of the biggest secrets to being good at this game, is being able to stun an enemy so you can shoot them. And you know, like that's just kind of how you want to play. Like, you know, overload stuns, energy drain stuns, those are great powers. But shockwave is a good power too because it stuns. Now, but the plus side to it is that not only does it stun, but it can also help your teammates out if they're going to be using bionic bombs. The way it works is this though. It's like, let's say like, you know, there's a group of 5 enemies on spawn or in a room, and your Justicar, your Drill Adapt runs in there and he reaves them all, and he gets all 5 of them. If you you know, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, you know, if you can aim your shockwave the right way, you can actually set off all 5 of those bombs at once. And by doing that, like literally, you'll be able to kill everything in that room, like no matter what. I mean, 5 bionic bombs going off at once in one room, that's ridiculous. Like, everything's gonna die. So that's the one thing that shockwave can do that, you know, other powers can't. Like, you can't really do that. Well, you could kind of do that with that new bubble with the spear, and I was really afraid I was gonna get assassinated right there. But you know, you could do it with the spear power. Like, the spear power definitely could probably pull that off too, where you can get like 3 by, I think it's only 3 though with that. You get, like, I think it's a total of just 3 bionic explosions with that one power. But besides that, you know, besides the spear, like, there's really no other power in this game that can do that. Like, this is the only one in, like, you can't tell, I'm going for the melees on the Banshees just for fun. I wouldn't really recommend, and I actually killed him with the heavy melee. I wouldn't really recommend trying to do that too much though, because they can grab you. And that's one reason why I actually do say avoid the heavy melee, because it takes so long to do it. Like, if you're trying to do it on a Phantom, or if you're trying to do it on a Banshee or a Brute, or even an Atlas, anything like that, they will have so much time to sit there and assassinate you. You just don't want to do it. It's just not a good thing. Now, Brutes are awesome. They really are, because, you know, they run into you and they melee you all the time, and they have like infinite range for their melee. So with this blade armor, you know, you will definitely deal a lot of damage back to them when they hit you. You know, it's kind of surprising to me, because when they hit me, like, they do so much damage. You know, they can take you down to like 1 bar of health from 1 melee. That's crazy. But when you inflict 150% of that damage back to them, it doesn't do that much damage. It's kind of crazy. Like, you'll do like 2 bars, I think, like, of armor to them. Now, I'm assuming it's because, you know, they have such massive health compared to like what, you know, the player gets. You know, but that's just kind of like crazy to me. Like I said, the blade armor is mainly there for the melee boost, and it's kind of like just an armor that's meant to, you know, run around and be in close range, and it looks badass too. That's always a plus. You know, who doesn't want blades on their, you know, blades on their armor? But okay, like right there, I just took down that I took down that Brute all by myself. Now that's one thing about this spike thrower. This spike thrower is extremely powerful if you charge it up. And like I said, as you can tell, you know, I'm consistently charging this up. You know, as I run to each area of the map, I'm going to be charging this up. And now there will be a couple times where you'll see me accidentally shoot it, but that's because, like, if you turn the corner too fast or things like that, you can actually have that happen. That was a nice little, like, spree I went on right there. And just what it is, like I said, like that right there is like a perfect example of how I like to play with this guy. You know, I run up and I'll shockwave to stun him. I'll shoot him with the spike thrower. If that doesn't kill him, I'll just punch him in the face. I love his fast melee. I really do. I think his fast melee is probably the best one in the whole game. If you try using a pistol on this, because that's originally was my idea, was to use the arc pistol. But there is a downside to using a pistol on this guy, is that if you have to aim in the pistol, and a good example of aiming a pistol would be like the arc pistol. That was the gun I really wanted to use on him. because of the whole charge up nature of it. The gun's extremely good, and and it's just a really amazing gun. And with the pistol stunner, I thought, whoa, this should be pretty awesome. But the downside to the pistol is that when you aim it in, I don't know what it was, but it was like, it might have just been the properties of the pistol. I guess it's kind of just the way this blade armor works, is that like that blade on the right there will like block your aim so bad. It's like, like when you aim it in sometimes, it's just really annoying to have to deal with that. But I don't know, it's just how I feel about it. But anyway, like I was saying, but with the pistol, there is one awesome thing about those things. You should definitely try it out if you want to see something cool, because I didn't know about it until I actually used it. Is that his melees are different for the gun that you choose. I don't know how different it would be. I'm assuming that with a SMG and with a pistol, the melee probably would be the same. And with like shotgun or assault rifle or sniper rifle, it probably would be the same. But with the pistol, when you melee, like the last melee on the pistol was actually like a massive uppercut, and it just it just looks badass. Like this guy is straight up Captain Falco from Super Smash Brothers. Like, think about it. He has a Falco punch. He has like a uppercut, all this kind of cool stuff. But I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, is that submission net is honestly not that good, guys. And because of that, I really highly recommend just avoiding it now and just going for the melee build. I do believe that this is pretty decent. Like Shockwave, it's good because, like I said, Shockwave can help you and your teammates out at the same time. With the blade armor, you're gonna have some damage protection. You're gonna have you're gonna be able to do some extra melee damage and stuff, and enemies that melee you will damage themselves. So in general, I just think that this is definitely probably the better build. The only thing I ever liked about Submission Net was the fact that you could slow banshees and stuff. Now that was nice. Like, that was really, really good. But in general, I just think that this is the better way to go. Now, one thing about meleeing these guys is that you definitely want to avoid, for the most part, like meleeing Ravagers. Like, you'll see me in the video do it quite a bit. But that's just mainly for the video's sake. In general, I would recommend not, doing this, because the blood is gonna really mess you up. And then if the swarmers get on you, like, yeah, you'll probably die. So just try to keep that in mind. I do actually recommend not doing that, what I was doing, but it's just what it is. Anyway, guys, this map is actually, like I said, I hate this map. I really do. I don't know what it is. I guess because this map kind of promotes camping in a way, like when you think about it. The whole up top of this map is like such a perfect camping spot. Like, if you were to sit up there with a full team and let the enemies come to you, you would have the ultimate advantage. Now the downside is this, is that the main spawn, if you can't tell from the way I'm playing the map, the main spawn is going to be kind of like right here, like right in this general area. And if not out here, it's going to be out in the, I don't know what to call that, but I would call it like the courtyard, or where the ammo box is on the other side. And because these are the two main spawns that they're going to have, when you sit up top, unless they're out there, you can't really hit them. Like, you have to literally sit there and wait for them to come to you. So because of that, I just think camping on this map is just so boring and stupid. Like, so to me, at least, I just believe that playing Reapers are the only enemy that makes sense. Like, the first time I ever played this map, I played Reapers, and I actually showed you the gameplay. You can actually check it out if you want. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put a link like into the annotations like right now. So just click there if you want to watch it. But that was my very first gameplay that I had on this map, and I really liked it. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really cool map. I thought it was a lot of fun. And then I played it again, a couple times. Once against Cerberus, and then again against Gaff. And I was like, man, this map sucks. Like, this map is just like trash. And I really felt that way. I really started to hate the map. But then I realized that this map's only fun to me, at least, when you play against Reapers. Like, this map's kind of, at least it feels like it's designed for fighting Reapers. Just the layout of it, the way, the environment too, I guess. Because if you play the single player, like this world, this was the enemies on this moon that you were fighting. It was Reapers, so it just makes the most sense that you're gonna be fighting Reapers. As you can tell, this is an extremely effective method of killing enemies. Like, I don't know, at least like for me, like I wouldn't go as far as say this would work really well on gold. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. And this is silver, by the way, if you guys were wondering. But it's pretty obvious. Like, you know, like honestly, most of the like, nah, I'm gonna say most of the time, but I don't know, like 90% of the time, honestly, I am playing on silver. Like, you know, and one of the reason why is if like if you guys were wondering, like in this gameplay, I was actually playing with nothing. Like everyone in this game I was playing with were actually all subscribers of mine. They were all actually like just people who have hit me up saying, "Hey, Jumpin', you mind if we play sometime?" And you know, at this particular moment, I had no other body. I didn't have no other friends on. And like I said, I don't like playing with randoms in the sense that I don't like playing with people who, you know, I randomly get in my game. You know, even though like, if you're a subscriber of mine, you still are technically a random. But to me, you know, you're not a random because you're a subscriber of mine. And I'm always down to, you know, play with you guys and stuff. So if you ever want to play with me, or you ever want, you know, I'm sure a lot of people do, just because, you know, like, I don't know, like, I see a lot in comments and in message boards and stuff, people really complain about playing with randoms. And I know what it's like, you know, because I have done it a couple times, but, you know, the big majority of the time when I've ever played this game, I have not played with randoms. And if I have played with randoms, normally it was me and one of my other friends, and we were just letting randoms come in just so, you know, we could kind of laugh at them for the most part. To be quite honest, like, that's the funny part about it, was that that's literally what we would do, is just like come in there, just see what they were using, to just kind of be like, what the hell? You're a human vanguard. Why are you using the widow and the claymore? Like, what's wrong with you? And they would never respond because no one has a mic in this game. I don't get that. You know, I definitely prefer it though, guys. If you're one of these people who want to maybe play sometime, I do prefer it if you have a mic. Just so, you know, we can talk and, like, have a good time. Because, like, that's what's fun to me is, like, you know, you know, like, I don't know, having a good time with your friends and your buddies and stuff. Like, I mean, this game shouldn't be taken serious, like, honestly, guys. It really shouldn't. Like, you know, obviously, like, there's going to be a lot of tryhards out there. And for the most part, you can't tell, I'm a pretty big tryhard. But I do like to have fun with it. I don't, like, just sit there and, like, every time something goes bad for me, I'm like, God, no, you know, and, like, but I know people who are kind of like that. They get, you know, really frustrated or really upset at this game for things happening. But, you know, it's not a competitive game, really, guys. It really shouldn't be taken that way, and it really shouldn't, like, matter too much if a Banshee grabs you, you know. It's just one of those things. It's just like, I'm grabbed, fuck, and then you're dead. Like, it's just what it is. There's really nothing you can do once it happens. So, like I said, but because of that, like, I really just like playing. And now right here, this is terrible. Like, this is really bad. I really felt like I was gonna get grabbed, so I was like, you know, F that. I'm gonna go ahead and rocket those things. And like I was saying though, is that, you know, if you're one of these people who might want to play sometime, yeah, just hit me up. Send me a message. Right now I have 100 friends again. I've been actually taking off a lot of people from my friends list, mainly ones that I don't talk to for real, or they were from, you know, a long time ago that I just haven't talked to forever. And because of that, I've had a lot of room on my friends list, but now I'm back up to 100. So like I said, if you want to play or something, just if I do have 100 friends, just go ahead and send me a message. I'm also thinking about reopening up my clan that I had. I've had a clan before. It's called, I guess I'll talk a little bit about it, because why not? You guys can leave a comment and tell me what you think about it, if you think it's a good idea, or if you think that it's something you'd be interested in. But actually, I had a clan before that was called Feared and Respected. I still actually have it technically, but the idea of the clan is this: is that it's basically a clan that is ran off my YouTube. The fact that, you know, a lot of people. One thing about me, you know, I really do like, you know, reaching out and playing with people who are, like, you know, subscribers or, you know, fans of the YouTube. So because of that, you know, like, you know, it's impossible for me to, like, you know, be friends with everybody. So what I have done in the past is that I've made this clan where if you want to be a part of the clan, all you got to do is just add, you know, 1 or 2 of my other accounts I have, and they're clan accounts. And the idea of it is this. Is that because you know, once you're in the clan, the way that you operate from the clan is that if you want to see who else is in the clan, you just look off the friends list. You know what I mean? You go to that account, you look off the friends list. If people are on playing, let's say I did it for Mass Effect. If you had like, a ton of like, I don't know, like 10 people on Mass Effect, and you had no one to play with, you can hit them up and see if they, would be down to play. And then you might meet new people. You might, meet new friends and just have fun playing the game together. And that would be the idea. And of course, I'm friends with my own account, so if you wanted to find me off that account, you could easily message me or things like that. Like, that's the idea of it. So it's more of a community thing, like within a clan. Like, it's just like if you want to find people to play with, and I'm sure in this game a lot of you guys probably do have problems where you have the game but not too many of your friends do. Maybe they're not in the Mass Effect, or they don't like the idea of playing against NPCs and not real people. I don't know. They could be all Call of Duty tryhards. Who knows? But if you do have these problems like that, then yeah, this is a great solution. So let me know like what you guys think, and then maybe in the next video, if I can get enough comments about it and maybe enough likes about it or whatever, I will definitely open that up as a possibility, and give you all the information if you wanted to join and stuff. But yeah, so we'll pretty much just go from there. So like I said, just leave a comment and let me know what you think of that idea, and we'll see. Alright, so if you can't tell, this is pretty much like I think the end of wave 10, and this I've been doing pretty beastly. Like this gun is amazing. Like, if you can use it, if you can actually hit people with it. like I said, it's not that easy to aim though. It really can be kind of odd, but I don't know. If you can hit people with it though, you'll definitely kill them. Like, you'll definitely do a lot of damage. If you don't kill them, you're gonna almost kill them, and that's perfect. Like, that is the perfect thing to do with a melee guy, especially one that his heavy melee isn't like. I mean, his heavy melee is good. I'm not saying it's bad, guys. I hope no one takes it as that. But what I mean is this: that his heavy melee is kind of trashy. Like, in a way, it just takes way too long to pull off. And like in this situation, if I was to run up and try to heavy melee, I would die. Like, there's just way too many enemies that's gonna all hit me as I go for this, 10-second melee charge up. So because of that, like I said, it's best just to, and look how much damage this gun does. It's freaking crazy. And imagine this with armor piercing. I don't even have piercing on this gun. But like I said, like I said, if you guys like, I do believe that his light melee is the better melee. It's definitely like the more consistent, very powerful, and just very fast and really accurate as well. Like, it has so much range on it, and that's what I really love. So with all these factors up, like, this is like a perfect setup, I believe, for him, just because you're able to almost take an enemy down very low, and then just finish them off with melees. That's just how I feel about it. Alright, so if you can't tell, guys, this is gonna be wave 11. We're almost done with this video. It's boiling down. Reapers are definitely the most challenging for the extraction wave, because you have to deal with the Banshees, and Banshees can assassinate you, so you gotta watch out for that. Luckily, I don't really think we've had too many problems. I think the Banshees spawned really far away and had to go across the entire map to actually make it here, and now that it's here, it's not going to be too much of an issue, because we all have bionics and we're all just going to bomb it to death and like just totally just go beast mode on it. Now there's a couple brutes in here, and that sucks because they can be pretty deadly. If you guys didn't notice, I never went down this game, so that was awesome. It's been a long time since I've had a flawless game. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, please like, please subscribe, and of course, if you guys are interested in maybe like being a part of this clan thing, I want to know, because I will go ahead and set it up for everybody. But that's gonna be it. So like always, guys, have a nice day.